Can't get any words. Podcast on blast, giving you the real talk, no holding back. Can't get any worse, we'll make you see. There's always a silver lining. We'll set you free, so join the movement. Let's change the game with the Can't Get Any Worse Podcast.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Can't Get Any Worse podcast. I hope we're all having an absolute ripper of a Tuesday. If you are indeed listening to this on a Tuesday, that's the crazy thing about podcasting. You could be listening to this on a fucking Friday in 2028 for all I know. But at the moment, we're not in that time zone. So it is hot as shit in this studio today. In southeast Queensland, it looks like we've got a couple of storms rolling over and it is just humid as fuck in here. So I've got my little pedestal fan roaring away behind the camera there. And, yeah, we're coming. I think it could be, look, to be fair, let's break it down. I think it could be a touch of humidity and a touch of another stressful, crazy drop-off at Kindy, and it's just all hit me at once, and I've just hit this crazy sweat patch. I don't fucking know. But, yeah, I'm sweating my balls off in here, so let's rip in. What's going on? So, speaking about Kindy, I finished recording last week, right? And then a little bit of chaos ensued. So I hit stop recording, started uploading all the files. My phone rings. I'm like, oh, what is this number? I've never seen this number before. Answer it. And it's Parker's Kindy going, hey, random question, but Parker's foot is, we've just taken his shoe off, and Parker's foot is about 2 times the size it's supposed to be. And I've gone, yeah, funny thing about that. And before I could even get that out, they've gone, we're assuming you know about it because there's like some pen drawn on his foot. Now, over last weekend, him and Westy were playing out the back, digging holes, doing whatever they do out there. Whatever they do, I'm just like, go ahead, do it. You guys are leaving me alone for a couple of minutes to recenter myself before you guys give me another, what's the word? Mental breakdown. There we go. Another mental breakdown. So they were doing what they're doing. And P didn't say he got bitten or anything, but he came in later that day and his foot was just swollen as shit. And Nikita and I going, oh my God, he must have got bitten by something. We were watching it and stuff. And then it started to go down once we were icing it and putting creams and stuff on it. So we were like, oh, okay, we'll see how it goes. Woke up the next day, it was blown up again, like on the Sunday. Same deal, went down again later that day. And the Monday, he woke up ready to go to Kindy, and he's going, oh, my foot's sore. Now, I've spoken about it before. He fucking hates Kindy. So Nikita and I have gone, he's just trying to get out of school today. You're not going to pull the wool over our eyes that easy, buddy. So we squeeze his... This is so shit now that I'm saying it out loud. We squeeze his sore foot into a shoe and... send him off to Kindy. And then, yeah, like I said, I come in here, I've recorded the podcast just in time, got the phone call. And they go, you got to come pick him up. Like something's not right. And when I got there, his foot was fucking huge. It was rock solid. Like you touched it and it was like touching a rock. And it was just hot as shit. So I've gone, oh, that's not good. I'm going to take him straight to the doctor now, guys. Thanks for the phone call. So I spent my Monday last week running around trying to find a doctor to squeeze him in. Found one at like, I don't know, half an hour away from my house, which was annoying, but you got to do these things. It's the perks of being a parent. But yeah, they ended up giving him some antibiotics and shit like that. And then we just had to do that was the other thing. It completely threw a spanner in my works. And I've forgotten about all this until I've started talking about it. But the doctor... Again, when we took him to the doctor, they're like, holy shit, it looks like he's got some sort of bite that's been infected, and the doctor's trying to find the bite. And we're like, yeah, we can't see it either. He's like, yeah, no idea where it is, but he's been bitten by something. So then the doctor goes, he can't go to school for the rest of the week. And Nikita and I are like, what the fuck? Like, obviously we had the week off prior because of the cyclone and stuff, so neither of us really had the annual leave or whatever to take another week off with a kid that was pretty well healthy except for a foot that he wanted to say hurt when he wanted to get out of things. But yeah, we ended up managing it. A couple of half days here and there from Nikita and I. So anyone that wants to subscribe to the Patreon for the podcast to put a bit of money in the bank, be greatly appreciated, you know. But anywho, on the back of that, all right, how crazy was this, right? I freaked out at work the other day. I'm just going to quickly scan through. Yeah, no, this is a perfect spot to tie this in, and I didn't even write this down. It just popped in my head. So a couple of days later, right? So we got to, when was it? Thursday or Friday? Must have been Thursday. And we woke up and P wanted to go to school that day, which was random for us. Like, obviously he hates going there. So we're like, okay, if he wants to go and his foot it looked completely normal by then. Like the antibiotics had started to work. And we go, okay, let's send him. Let's see how he goes. Send him to school. And all of a sudden, my security cameras go off in the middle of the day. And it's these two, look, they weren't in suits or anything, but they were well dressed, a guy and a chick. And they had like a pamphlet. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm watching them on my cameras and they're knocking, no answer because Nikita and I aren't home. And then I go to speak on the camera as if to say, like, who are you and what do you want? And this guy turns and he sees my camera near the front door and he just holds this brochure up to the camera. And all I can read through the camera is like, it was like child something services. Like, it wasn't child protection services, but it was child something services. I don't remember off the top of my head. And I'm like, oh my God, they're coming to fucking have a chat to Nikita and I for neglecting our children. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was whether to do with the foot thing. I didn't know whether it was to do with that first vlog that I put up where both my kids are just being complete rat bags, to be honest, just swearing and giving the finger. I'm like, oh my God, someone's reported this to child services. Now they're coming to have a swift chat to the way that we're parenting. And I just started hitting panic mode. I'm like, fuck. So I ended up getting home, calling this bloke, and Nikita goes, oh, I think I might know what it is. But like there was no calming me down. Get home, call him, and it was for like Westy has like a speech therapist, I think it is. Speech therapist or speech pathologist? I don't know, one of them. And they had recommended extra services, but they weren't compulsory. So Nikita and I were like, okay, we'll just leave it. And then they randomly rocked up to our house knocking on the door, like to offer us their services. So I've called him. I've gone, what's going on? And he's like, oh, you guys didn't reply to the text message, so we just thought we'd rock up to your house. And I'm like, bro, the text message said this is obligatory? I don't know. Obligatory. That's it. Like it wasn't compulsory. So we just thought we'd get back to you if we wanted to. He's like, yeah, 100%. I was just popping by to see if you guys wanted to have a chat. I'm like, fuck, I wish my job was that crazy that I could just swing past someone's house and be like, hey, just popping in to see if you guys might want a kitchen today or something. Or I'll just go to some house in the street and be like, hey, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I actually record a podcast down the street there. If you guys want to have a listen whenever you want to, then it'd be greatly appreciated. So, yeah, fuck that guy for scaring the fuck out of me the other day. I thought I was going to come into the podcast this week and be like, oh, guys, you'll never guess. Kids got taken off me. Oh, I shouldn't joke about that. That's fucked. But I did not jot any of these topics down, but while we're on it, Westy and I were cruising to basketball on Saturday morning, pull out of our street, and who do we see, ladies and gentlemen? I will give you guys 3 seconds to guess who we might have seen cruising around the streets of our suburb that early in the morning. Ready? 1, 2, 3. If you guys guessed homeless guy that got arrested a couple of months ago, you'd be correct. What the actual fuck? I looped around because as we passed, Westy was sussing him out, and we passed him, I'm like, was that the homeless guy? And Westy's like, I think so. And I was like, fuck this. I'm swinging around and looking. Do a 360. Not a 360 because then I'd be going back the same way, you idiot. Do a 180, go back, drive past, and I'm like, I am 95% sure that is him. Like he had a jumper and shit on, so I couldn't see his tattoos and stuff. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's him. So, A, if you got arrested and the police know where you are, why would you come back to the same area? And B, fucking don't come back here. So he must have some new way that he's walking to the bush because my cameras haven't been going off lately. So, or he's just found a new area around this area. But I'll keep you guys posted on that one. Just can't escape this fuckhead, can I? But what else have we got up here? Let's rip in. Oh, this was supposed to be a seamless tie-in to Parker's Kindy, but since we went on a bit of a tangent there, let's pretend that I'm the best transitioner in history other than Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, God. Fire, brain, fire. I need you right now. But P's Kindy does this thing where they have like a craft corner or whatever, and obviously they ask all the parents, they're like, if you've got any boxes or anything laying around, then bring them in for the kids to cut up the cardboard and make shit out of, basically. So, look, I don't see any other parents doing this, but of course Nikita's like, oh, yes, a task. I feel purpose to do this. But of course, the days that she makes these boxes go in is Mondays, the days that I do drop off. Now, I'm over it now. The first couple of times, I felt like the biggest fucking loser just walking in with a heap of empty boxes of like the kids' snacks, you know what I mean? Like chips, biscuits, roll-ups, whatever. And I'd just walk in once a week, giant box at the bottom with all these little boxes jammed in. All the other parents just like, look at this fucking nerd trying to get brownie points. But I carry them in and like, I don't know. It's annoying. And this is the annoying reason, okay? Now, Parker is quite the crafty kid, okay? He loves doing, and this has only picked up the last couple of months or so. And he will paint everything. He'll draw shit. And he's actually a pretty, look, I get the kid's 4, but like the stuff that he draws, you don't have to like squint and be like, oh my God, is that a camel? Like you look at it and you can tell what it is, which is cool. Not to say that Westy was never like that, but there was a bit of squinting going back on in the day. What the fuck? Back? Oh my God. Let's skip over that. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, now we carry these boxes in once a week and I do school pickup every day. And every single day, Parker goes, oh, we can't go yet. We got to go get my craft from the day. Now we walk over to the craft corner and there's a very similar box to the one that I dropped off Monday this week, just with a bit of paint splattered on it. Like not even, look, no offense, P, but not even like cool paint. Like he's literally just picked up a paintbrush, just gone swish, 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 and then he's gone, all right, that's done. We get to take that home now. So realistically, all I should be doing is emptying the snacks and going, hey, P, go paint this box. And it just avoids the whole awkwardness of me carrying boxes to school looking like a fucking nerd. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Hopefully he turns into some sort of millionaire artist or something, but he's taken a liking to, actually I was supposed to put it in the studio today. He's going to be pretty shitty about that. But Nikita randomly bought him some canvases from the cheap shop the other day, like painting canvases. And he painted one and I was like, oh my God, that is unreal. And I'm trying to convince him to let me take that one because it was like that was one that I looked at and I'm like, that's actually like a decent abstract art piece, like if that makes sense. So Nikita goes and buys him a heap more canvases yesterday. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was because she bought him the one canvas the first time that he was like, okay, I need to make this last. I need to make this a complete masterpiece. I'm going to take my time and get it looking mint. And then she went and bought him like 5 canvases yesterday. And it was like, same thing with the boxes, just like 5 strokes, swish, swish, swish. And he's going, all right, that one's done. And I've gone, oh, can you paint me one for the studio? And he's gone, yeah, 100%. Slaps a couple of colours on the canvas. He goes, here you go. And I've gone, oh, could I have the first one you did? He's like, nah, I want you to hang this one in there. So I'll try and bring it in next week. I need to find a little spot for it. But yeah, hopefully one day he becomes quite the artiste. Not like the artist his dad is, where he tells dick jokes in front of strangers for fun, but hopefully a bit more of a classy one. But this is a heavy kid week this week. So I was going to make a joke then, but no, we're not fucking going there. Ash, I know Ash will be sitting in his ute right now going, you should have went there. You should have went for the low-hanging fruit. But no, when you come on in a couple of weeks, you can go for all the low-hanging fruit you want. But anyway, Westy is in grade 3. Yeah, grade 3. So grade 3 in Queensland, could even be Australia-wide. I don't know. I don't go to school anymore. But they do the Naplan testing. Basically, all the kids sit a test and they see like where the school is sitting in terms of like learning and all that sort of stuff, I suppose, is an easy way to sum it up. And I could even be incorrect in saying that. I don't know. That's just what I take from it. But I pick him up. He did it last Wednesday or something. I pick him up, gets in the car. I go, how was Naplan today, buddy? He goes, oh, it was all right. And he sort of played it off like that. I go, did you struggle with anything? Did you do well? He's like, yeah, I did well. And then he was just not giving me anything. So we start driving home and then he starts talking to me about it. He goes, oh, had to do this creative writing thing. I wrote about soccer and basketball. I'm like, of course you did. And he goes, yeah, the multiple choice thing, it was pretty hard though. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. Did you try your best? And he's like, I answered what I could and then I just took mum's advice. And I've gone, mum's advice? I go, what did mum tell you? And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm the dumb one of the family, okay? Nikita is the brains of the operation. She has a bit of wits about her. And I've gone, okay, Nikita's given him some good motherly advice. What has she laid on you, Westy? What advice has she given you to sit this test? And he looks at me and he goes, if I didn't know an answer, she just said circle C. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, she said if I don't know an answer, just circle C because it's like the most common answer. And I've gone, okay. Next question, follow-up question, Westy. How many C's did you circle? And he goes, I don't know, like 10 or something. And I was like, I go, how many questions on the test? He goes, I think there was like 40. And I was going, okay. So you've circled a quarter of your answers just based on some sort of whimsical theory that your mum's come up with that C is the most common answer. So I don't know. I don't think we've got his results yet, but Nikita might have nailed it. She could be. This is why she's the brains of the operation. She could have told me that advice while we were at school. She could have thrown an eraser at me and gone, "Hey, dickhead, just circle C," instead of sexually flirting with me and distracting me from all my schoolwork. That didn't happen. I had to chase that pretty hard. Anyway, let's move on. Okay. Again, school-based and kid-based. I don't know where I heard this. It could have been on someone else's podcast this week, but it just triggered like a childhood memory for me. Do you guys remember if you were born before, I'm trying to think when they would have phased this out because they were still doing it when I was in high school. So I suppose if you were going to school prior to 2008, 2009, do you guys remember having to go to school and just be rustled up like a herd of cattle and just taken to like your sports hall or something and they would just do vaccinations at your school? I swear to God, it was one of the most traumatic days of my schooling career where you'd like get cattle prod into a little tent and then there'd just be some bitch in there with a needle and you'd just, in front of all your friends, you'd just have to sit there. I had the biggest fear of needles when I was a kid, okay? I hated them. Like, I remember one time there was a point where there was like 5 or 6 nurses holding me down on a bed, and my mum as well. And I was just throwing the biggest fit and they're trying to jab a needle in me. I think they even strapped me to a bed at one stage. But it just triggered me, this traumatic thing where I had to just man up at school and just be like, all right, I've got to get this done because if I walk out of this tent crying or whatever, I would just be ridiculed for the rest of my life. And now that I've said that out loud, I wish I saved that for the episode that Ash is coming on in a couple of weeks because I feel like he's going to have a ridiculous story about how he got vaccinated at school and fucking, I don't know, he walked out of the tent and his pants fell down or something and he just had his dick out in front of his entire school. But maybe we'll bring that up when he comes on. But yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that. I heard it somewhere and I was like, holy fuck, that does bring back memories. But let's move on. Westy had his last game of basketball on Saturday for the summer season, I think they call it. So now I think he's got like 5 or 6 weeks off and then they kick off the winter season. But yeah, it was good. Like, this is the first season where he has started to finally, the wheels have started to turn a little bit for him because he just gets distracted a little bit. and he doesn't really keep up with play, if that makes sense. And I used to do it when I was a kid as well. I remember so many chats with my parents of just me zoning out on a football field. Just shit like, if you don't score a try this game, you're fucking joining ballet next week or something like that. And I'd just be standing on the field thinking about that. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do dancing. But yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Westy was about to run out and I just literally pulled him to the side and I go, while you're out there, just do not think. And he goes, what do you mean don't think? And I go, don't think. As soon as the ball hits your hands, just do whatever you think like you're meant to be doing in that moment. Because that's what he was doing. He was catching the ball and then he was going, oh shit, I can shoot, I can pass, I can dribble. And he was just thinking too much. And then once I told him that, and again, I don't want to say I'm like a wizard coach or anything. I don't want to go down there and go, hey coach, hit the showers, I've got this shit. But it could have just been a coincidence. But when I told him that, it was like a switch. He started dribbling. He started shooting. Like the week I told him that, he got 3 baskets, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to start coaching the Warriors this year." But yeah, it was pretty sick. But Saturday's game, the last one, I did not realize under 10s basketball could be so intense. It was nuts. Like it started off, and our team was winning like 12-0 or something. Okay, by the first quarter, and I was like, "Oh." Perfect, a cakewalk for the end of the season. And then second quarter kicks around, and we scored none. The other team made it a tie. And I was like, fuck. And then third quarter, the other team completely destroyed us. It was like 22-12 or something by the end of the third quarter. Last quarter, right, was the most insane sporting thing I've ever seen, okay? Up there with the 2015 grand final. Of Cowboys versus Broncos. But our team caught back up. It was a tie. And then we got, what was it? It was like 24-22 to them in their favor. And our team got free throws. We made it a tie. And then we ended up losing by 1 point. I was like, fuck, it was so brutal. But it was pretty crazy just to see all the parents up in the grandstands. And like, the way our basketball club's set up, it's like 4 different courts lined up beside each other, and there's a game going on each court. And every like game had just turned its eyes to these poor little 10-year-olds with just the pressure, the most pressure they've ever felt in their young lives to make these baskets. Like, it was so good. It's made me so keen for the next season. But bit of fun for parents listening to this. Okay, this is what I'll end my week on. We were bored on the weekend and the boys were looking for something fun to do. I had my like big Makita leaf blower out the back. If you guys have one of them and you have a skateboard laying around, sit your kid on the skateboard, face them towards a wall and just pull the blower button and they go flying. And I don't know, I don't want to trademark this or anything. I think it might even be a Jackass thing from back in the day, but I've started telling the kids that it's called the Redneck roller coaster. Oh, fuck. So, yeah, if you guys want to throw your kids on the Redneck roller coaster, it is so fun. Fun as shit you'll do all week. But let's rip into my week in comedy. Where are we up to up here? Where's my mouse? Lost my mouse, ladies and gentlemen. Just had the one gig. So, this is another one that I've vlogged. If you haven't seen the vlog yet, jump on my YouTube at Jimmy Misson and check it out. So, this is the second little comedy come with me. What did I call it? Green room ride along that I've done. And it came out all right. A couple of things I wish I did record, a couple of things I wish I didn't. But this was a good little insight of, this was the first time it's happened this bad, okay? I don't know why, but I just pulled up to the gig. I was just having this major like panic attack, like couldn't breathe, couldn't even get myself out of the car. And I don't know why. I was texting Nikita. She ended up calling me because she's like, what the fuck is like going on right now? And I was just like, I can't do this. I'm going home. Now, this is probably the thing that the vlog was like good for in that moment, is I'd already recorded all the footage up until this moment. So I was like, okay, well, like people are expecting this to come out. So if I don't fucking get out of the car, what am I going to post? Just me driving to the gig and then driving home. So I had to sort of force myself for the vlog and a little bit of force myself from fucking Nikita was like, just like get out of the car, basically walking me through Imagine being a 33-year-old man and your wife having to go, all right, open the door. Now put your right leg out onto the concrete. All right, good job. Now swing your left leg out and now stand up. Are you standing up? Good job. Good boy. Ended up getting down there and I don't know, like I just was not in a talkative mood, but I just was burying it deep inside. So maybe more than ever in the last couple of weeks. So many people were just coming and chatting to me and stuff. And I suppose thank you to you guys sort of getting my brain off it. And I was first in the second bracket, which is, usually it's pretty good. Like the crowd's warmed up. They've just had a little break. They've filled their tummies up. They've got fresh drinks on their table. So I don't mind that spot. I kind of like it. And I got up there and I actually had a pretty good set. I was pretty happy with it. Couple of little talking to the crowd moments again, playing off the back of some of my material, which is all on the vlog. So go check that out. But yeah, it was a good little lesson to push through. Like the nights where you really don't want to do shit are quite often the best nights I've learned. The nights where everything seems to be going to plan, like so many gigs I've rocked up to, everything is perfect. I've had a perfect send-off from Nikita and the kids. Good luck out there, Dad. We love you. You're going to crush it. I've rehearsed that afternoon. I know my material down to a T. I've gone, this is a cakewalk. And I rock up to the gig and I just eat the most brutal dick. So yeah, it's a little lesson. Push through it, guys. Push through it. Let's rip into, turns out it can get worse. I'll pull my laptop a little bit closer. What are we kicking off with? This one, I swear this is some footage from my childhood, okay? The amount of times that I've had this chat to myself in the mirror, just a perfect little glimpse, okay? So let's see what this bloke's got to say. He's a bit of a chubby kid just sitting on a chair.
Why can't a bad bitch just ever fuck with me? Like, I'm literally, I'm not even that fat, but I look it's flat. Like, you see what I mean? Like, everybody has perfections. Even fucking Super Mario himself had a big ass nose, but he still saved the world. And literally, this right here, it's literally all just baby fat, anyways. Like, I can literally, like, it's water weight. I can just piss it out. You know what I mean?
It's water weight. I could literally piss it out. That is so confident. But yeah, that's my exact body figure from when I was a child, and so many chats of that exact conversation I had in the mirror to myself. So hats off to you, brother. Also, just like comparing himself to Super Mario, like a fictional character. All right, I've labeled this one Sexual Melon. I don't even remember what this one is, but let's have a look at Sexual Melon. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Let's go.
Here's what you do. You take the where you going thumb, okay?
Okay.
Where are you going?
Where you going?
Shove it in like that.
Oh.
That's called the where you going thumb. Okay. Then you take the I got you thumb, right? I got you. Put it in like that. I got you. Where are you going, right? Only when you got those two in, you just fucking, there you go.
Okay. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm pretty sure he just sexually abused that watermelon. The where you going thumb? And the fucking, what was the other thumb? I don't even remember. But that is crazy, just to jam both your thumbs in a watermelon and just tear that shit apart. What a fucking predator. What do we got next? Oh, I haven't even titled this one. So this is going to be a surprise to us all. I don't know if you guys can hear the council whippersnipping out the front as well, but that's perfect timing, guys. Good job. All right, what is this video?
I've been watching porn for like 2 weeks straight. I skipped school. Mom's pissed, but I don't care. I'm probably failing, but I don't care. Go porn, go. Go porn, go. Go porn, go. I'm living the life, man. I'm living the life.
He is living the life. Is there a better life than just ditching school to go home and watch porn and record yourself into your webcam chanting, go porn, go. Go porn, go. Oh, fuck me. I am so grateful that there were not like imagine if there were iPhones when I was a kid. There would be so much terrible footage of me out there in the atmosphere. There's already enough out there without that shit. This one I have to... okay, this bloke made me laugh. I've labelled this one Autistic Vampire. Now, when I tell people Westy has autism, I swear this is what they expect when they meet him.
Hey girl, why'd you flinch? He hits you, doesn't he? I'll teach him a lesson. Hey, buddy, you should never hit a girl, especially one as hot as her. You'll burn for this. Girl, these dragon claws can keep you safe on the battlefield. And satisfied in the bedroom.
That is disgusting.
Dragon is waiting for you.
What the fuck? That is some crazy shit. As I was playing that, I literally just realized I might have to pull that one out of the YouTube video because I'll probably get copyrighted for that music that was underneath. I didn't realize that music was there until started coming through the headphones here. But see how we go. Sometimes YouTube lets shit slip. Shit that I've watched this week that I can recommend. The new Bert Kreischer special, Lucky, on Netflix. Look, I know so many people hate Bert, but so many people fucking love him as well. Just the way that he can just get a normal story and just tell it and make it funny. It's pretty good, and he's done it again. There was no... Look, I wouldn't... If I was to, like, rank specials for the year, I probably wouldn't put this up there. But if you're looking for something to, like, have a bit of a laugh, listen to a bloke, tell some funny stories and shit, go give it a crack. He's an absolute legend. The other thing we watched, slightly not meeting my demographic, but Moana 2 we finally got around to watching on Saturday night. And look, here's the crazy thing. I didn't mind it. I actually liked it. But Nikita, the fucking Disney queen, Disney princess, she wasn't that big of a fan. She's like, oh, it was all right. I just don't think it was needed. But look, I think that's what they do with franchises, don't they? They just keep making them until they're buried into the ground. And if you watch the after credits scene in Moana 2, there's clearly going to be a Moana 3. So that part's a little bit shitty, I suppose, that they're just going to pound it until it's shit. But hey, is what it is. They might do it okay. UFC, there was a fight night yesterday. One of the best fight nights in a long time. Like it was borderline pay-per-view worthy. Now, a couple of the highlights from it. Molly McCann got another loss and she retired from the UFC. So she was always a fun one to watch. She was like, she had wins, she had losses, but she was just always like that character, you know what I mean? So yeah, hats off to her for a pretty good UFC career. She sort of said to Dana at the end, she's like, if you need a English ambassador for the UFC over here, I'm ready to go. So hopefully she gets into some sort of role like that. I know Dana sort of does like to help out retired fighters with stuff like that. Now, the co-main event, I was so keen for this, okay? Carlos Ulberg, who is a Kiwi fighter, and you guys know I get on the back of pretty much every Australian Kiwi fighter. We all sort of stick together and ride for them, you know? He was up against Jan Blachowicz, who has been an absolute staple of the light heavyweight division for the last, 6-7 years. And he's sort of, look, I don't want to say it, he's sort of on the back end of his career, but this was definitely going to be Carlos Ulberg's biggest challenge to date, okay? And I was looking forward to him coming out and just proving why he needs to be at the top of the ranks in that division and set his argument for a title contention. And look, it was not an exciting fight. I'm just going to go out and say that. Carlos Ulberg got the win, which that's good. Happy for him. But I just really wanted him to come out and do the knockout and just prove why he should be up there. And when you stand back and look at it, Jan Blachowicz, like everyone says he's got Polish power because it just takes him one punch to clip you and you're fucking gone night-night. So I understand there was a little bit of a safety net in place from Carlos Ulberg, but I don't know. Hopefully his next fight is a little bit more exciting. He got the win, so he's going to get a higher ranked opponent. Just not in title contention just yet, but he will for sure get there, and I hope he's champion eventually. Now the main event, Sean Brady is a fucking beast. I love this bloke, and I am just glad that I've recorded the podcast for enough years for people to go back and go, oh, James has been on this guy's dick for a long time now. And he fought Leon Edwards, ex-champion Leon Edwards, and he mauled him. It was one of the best performances I've seen in a while. And I even put on my Instagram after the fight, I'm like, I don't know if I've been riding someone's dick as hard as this since Conor McGregor's come up. I don't know. Sean Brady is 100% going to be the champion in that division. Hopefully he gets a title shot next time. I honestly think him versus Bilal Muhammad would be a good fight. They're both grapplers. Obviously both different styles of grappling. But Sean Brady has also got that Philly style of just fucking stand up and bang. So I don't know. I'm so keen to see where this guy eventually gets in the UFC. 110% he's going to be champion eventually. But that wraps up what I've seen this week. Let's rip into our motivational clip of the week. This one popped up from the man, Kevin Hart, and I was like, perfect. Let's fucking run it.
Gotta fuck up. You have to fuck up.
You have to take risks or you never find what works.
I call it fucking up. You got to fuck up, man. You have to. And it's like, I want people to understand that it's okay. It's nothing wrong with fucking up.
As long as you learn.
You have to learn from it. I did a lot of dumb shit, but I've learned from it. I'm better from it all. And now I stand and I'm a better guy, and I'm a better comedian, and I'm a better craftsman, I'm a better entertainer, I'm a better businessman. But it's because of the mistakes that I made. If I don't make those mistakes, I don't get to sit here and be the guy that I am today.
That's a good little lesson for us. You got to fuck up. I fuck up daily. So hopefully that hit for you guys. Gigs for this week. Tuesday the 25th, I'll be at Sit Down Comedy's new room at the Junction Bar, which I believe is in Annerley, off the top of my head. I should have written that down, but whatever. Wednesday, we got a bit of a double up. Wednesday the 26th, I'll be at Guilt Free Cellar again. And I will also be at the Australian Hotel at Wollongabba. I haven't done that one yet, so keen to see what that one's all about. Then this Sunday, the big one for West Park Productions at Distillery Road Market. So yeah, big numbers already checked in for that one. I'm emceeing that one again with a fucking stellar lineup. So come check that one out. We have the Orion Hotel on Friday the 4th of April, I believe it is, for West Park as well. Tickets are flying for that one, so grab them before that one sells out again. And the next Sunnies at Margate is locked in as well, which I will probably start plugging from next week. But that's enough for this week. Go check out my YouTube channel if we can throw some numbers at that new vlog like we did the first two videos I threw up there. And again, the podcast is on the up, ladies and gentlemen. We've grown again this week. Probably thanks to some of you guys that are sharing the podcast around. I genuinely fucking appreciate it. If you can keep doing it, throw us on your stories, tell your mates at work, tell your family, whatever. I will keep doing the shit that I'm doing in the background, which I think might be helping as well, but we're not going to know. But eventually we're going to get there all together, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that's all I got to plug. I got the YouTube, I got the socials, got the podcast. It's all happening, guys. It's all fucking happening. So, just quickly, why didn't I talk about this in my week in comedy? Your boy here, sorry, total tangent. That's okay. Your boy here has landed himself at the next big comedy club that he's wanted to do in Australia. And it's literally in like 2 weeks. So, got a random message the other day from friend of the show, Brian Freeman. He's been on a couple of West Park gigs before. And we've spoken in the background of doing some shit together in the past. And it will eventuate. But he messaged me last week. He goes, hey, just wondering what you're doing on the 11th and 12th of April. And I'm like, check the calendar. Nothing. What's up? And he goes, look, I was supposed to go to Newcastle with another comedian. They've dropped out. Do you want to come and be on their showcase shows on the 11th and 12th? told me the rates and all that sort of shit, told me what I'd have to pay for flights and accommodation, which was already booked. It was a fucking no-brainer. I've gone, mate, let's do it. So your boy here is going to be in Newcastle on Friday the 11th and Saturday the 12th of April. So if you're in the Newcastle area, I know there is a couple of podcasts and stuff bubbling away in Newcastle. I'm going to throw a story up in the next couple of days to see if I might be able to guest on them or even just catch up with the boys for a chat. So yeah, if you're in Newcastle, come see me do some stand-up at the Newcastle Comedy Club. And yeah, I've heard amazing things about the Newcastle Comedy Club, and much like how Perth went, hopefully this one goes just as well. But pretty sick to get on 2 paid showcase shows down there for my first time at the club. So come check it out. Appreciate you guys for listening. Share the podcast around. Come see me do some comedy. Let's blow the fuck up together. Appreciate you guys listening, and I will see you later.
Can't get any worse, we'll make you see. It's always